So yeah, excellent recap. Thank you, sir. Yeah, so you all pretty much just had a long rest after exiting the and having full discussions. And it's pretty much the next morning. You all are all healed up. If you had any points of exhaustion, or at least a point of exhaustion taken care of as well. I don't think any of you, but just yeah, where you all want to go next, how you would like to get there is open to you. Let me see map. Go. Yes, you all are pretty much camped outside of Camp Righteous. Uh, yeah, give me the weather roll, if you please. Beautiful. Um, Pretty heavy rain, but again, no major storm. Could be a decent day's travel. Pretty wet and rainy, but again, no storm to slow you down much. So it is a
Bug
little
spray.
bug spray and ointment or whatever. Salve, that's the word, salve. Yeah, wherever you guys want to go, take it away.
Yeah, Flink will, not Flink, Flint will bring it up to the group. Um, well, now that we've figured out this whole ruin situation and have been gifted with a fine beer to drink every evening, we are going to visit, we're going to Imbola, right? Go find the Oracle. They're supposed to be over in that side of the jungle, right?
Yes, yes, I believe that was one of the things on our to-do list. I'm perfectly fine with that option. Yes.
Right, Akio Hugh, you know where this place might be.
Yeah, Igu kind of chimes in. Uh, yes, Mabala is a old town that was up on the plateaus near the Aldani Basin. More than 1,000 feet in the air. These plateaus rise. If you are looking for
Oh,
the Oracle, I believe that was in Oralunga, lost Ziggurat, the western reaches. But I'm not sure exactly where it is.
that might have been my mistake then, because I think Oracle is someone that we'll definitely want to look after. But Davin, I believe there was Aarakocra. They were to the east. So we'll need to make a decision on which route that we go.
Well, I suppose. Are we closer to your area, Devon, with the bird people, Aarakocra, however you say them?
Would I know the difference, like, in distance?
I don't think you've been there yourself. I guess, again, Iku would kind of chime in. Uh, I believe that the Arakokra are over in Kirsabal, far to the east, near the river Olong. Again, I know the general area, but not the exact location.
And I think that's gonna be the best we can do. I think we all expected to muck around in these infested jungles for some time. But I know with the Oracle, if they're near Orlunga, that's the place that we need to track out on a map in order for Ryoko to realize her dream of being a captain of a ship, right? So since we have two things that direction, maybe just by majority rule we head out west then, find Orlunga.
But for me,
Long as we make our way back down to Oolong.
that
Yes.
can be right after, I suppose. If we're going to the Oracle first, and then we just come on down and we'll head for yours.
Yes, Mabala would be a good place to start. The plateaus rise high above the jungle. Get a good view of the area from there.
Oh, that's a good counter argument then. Mbala first, lay the land, and from there decide if we go back to Orlunga or these Aarakocra. It's hard to start an investigation without information. My vote would be for Mbala then. Get up high. Though I don't think my city legs are going to enjoy that climb.
Yes.
Yes, such heights. How would we climb up the plateau?
With faith in your brawn and muscle, stout boy.
Thank you, Emelec, like always. But there is practicality to consider. You cannot expect our whole party to scale a 1,000-foot plateau and all make it.
Sure, I can. And I do. I have faith in all of you.
Well, didn't you, yes, I'm sure of it. Didn't you get an item from the weird snow place? Yes?
The broom.
Yeah.
Right. I can carry, I think, a few 100 pounds with it, but we would have to make like 8 trips.
Well,
It's a long time for us to be separated.
perhaps if some of us climbed and you could just, I guess if you fly close, if anyone falls, you could grab them then.
Well,
Maybe.
I am just simply asking if there is just a more practical way up.
It have been some time since I have been there. If you wish to climb, you would probably need some sort of climbing gear. But there was a pathway carved into the side of the plateau.
Ah, pathway.
Narrow and a bit treacherous, but possible for sure.
Well, it can't be any more treacherous than scaling a 1,000-foot plateau.
Well, if we go see these Aarakocra first, wouldn't they potentially have things we could buy to better prepare ourselves?
I imagine they don't need climbing gear themselves, if you get my meaning.
Well, yeah, I suppose that's a good point.
But I still like the thought. I don't know, maybe they hawk goods to adventurers, make a pretty penny off of it. Or at the very least, they might have an alternative, maybe? I don't know.
Yes, my thoughts exactly. Or maybe I don't know how strong they are, but maybe you could hire one or two or three to carry you up there.
Well, we gotta go visit them anyway, so go there first, may as well ask. If they say no, then we'll, no loss there, really.
Very true. We might be able to get transport. Davin gets your tablet done. Yes, that seems good. That's 2 stones and 1 stick.
I'm sorry. What?
2 stones and 1 stick, mate. What?
Yes, is that not the saying? You get 2 stones with 1 stick.
It's usually, well, we won't say it when we get there to be a bit insensitive, but it's usually 2 birds, 1 stone.
Oh, oh, that's horrible.
Well, I where what does the stick represent in this instance then?
I don't know. It's better than the birds.
I mean, yes,
Well,
but they
yes,
say
yeah.
birds for. It's like I don't condone hitting birds. I love birds.
Well, I would hope so. Birds did nothing to you.
No, they didn't. But it's just anyhow. We're getting distracted. Um, yes, to the Aarakocra first.
Yeah, Iku, here you feel confident that you can get us there at least? You know of these Aarakocra?
Well, we could get you there, for sure. You have to understand that they are more than likely more than 100 miles from here, and potentially a bit further from Babala. That is quite a long way for them to travel, if you wish for them to assist.
So if we go there, we are really just hoping for gear, not direct assistance from them.
Well, I still don't think we should discount the idea of using this path, even it is older.
All it is then. Plateau, specifically. Objections?
Yeah. And for me,
Mm.
Right. Captain Ryoko, we have a heading. You 2 Pathfinders get out there and cut us a trail.
aye aye. Oh, I mean, yes. First mate. Yes, you're the first. I guess maybe. I'll go ahead.
You think
Someone's
Davin
got
would
to
be the
keep you in
first
line.
mate since he has sailing experience?
Well, anyone can rise to the challenge for that position. Shall we carry on?
Yes. Yes, exactly. Yeah. Start trekking on out.
Alright, Babala it is. And he kind of like hefts his axe over his shoulder. And yeah, they start to prepare the boats. I'll climb in, and because I assume you're taking boats unless you just wish to walk there. Did not mean force you all into anything there.
Yeah, what's the
How
river
far along the
situation?
river? Yeah, I'll say how far along the river can we go before we have to trek over the land?
Um, I'd say Iku mentions probably reaching at 20-ish miles past Camp Vengeance. You'll hit the Eldani Basin and have to kind of hoof it through the jungle west from there.
Okay, so it is smart to just take the boats, stop, and then huff it over land. Okay.
Yeah, and yeah, yeah. It would probably be at least get for that first day or so. It'll get you pretty far down the river.
Let the games begin.
Okie dokie. Whoever would like to roll survival, or if you want one of your guides to do so.
Oh, Chris is
Very
way ahead of you.
good. Very, very good. All right, so you guys are kind of floating along the river. Things. I think we said, I always forget, it's 4 hexes per day when you're in your boat all going along the river.
Yes.
Good. So yeah, you guys get pretty much through your first day's travel. You get just past Camp Vengeance, maybe another like 10 or so miles past it, and the sun clearly starts to sink behind the treetops, and it gets to be kind of dark. And yeah, you are recommended to make camp for the evening. Pretty uneventful trip during the day. Rain pretty much stays pretty heavy downpour, but again, no major storm, nothing hindering you too much. And yeah, you all kind of pull your boats up to shore and find a decent enough place to camp. Anything anyone would like to do with the evening before their long rest or during?
Wait. I think. Did I still have? Because I know I made 3 potions.
I think you had enough materials to attempt to make one
Oh,
more.
yeah, but I doesn't look like I wrote it down. I have potion supplies, and that's it. Do we want to count the potion supplies as?
I mean, like I said, like you said, you definitely made 3 of
Mhm.
them and have enough materials left over to make one potentially.
Okay, then you know what? Instead of making that one, I would like to forage around for some more ingredients. And I also have 3 healing potions in my inventory. Have I already been started distributing other healing potions? Has everybody got some?
Is a question for your party.
Yeah.
Everybody, what do you guys have in your potions that you remember Zarak giving you?
Have any? I think my plan was just to use healing magic should the need arise.
Yeah, I don't recall receiving any.
Anyone have healing potions in their inventory? Yes or no?
I have a health plum. That's what I wrote.
That's from the event, I think.
Yeah, pretty sure
Alright,
that was left over.
so that's a no. You'll need to
Yeah.
disperse the potions.
Okay,
I
yeah.
have one healing potion and a healing plum.
I think you
Okay
brought
then.
one of those from Fort Nyanzaru when you were there.
That does sound right.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So does anybody? I have 3 healing potions. I will part with 2.
I say give one to Flint, just because you don't want the healer going down with no magic slots or anything.
And I would argue someone give one to Davin since he can get in, give someone a healing potion, and get out with a
Yeah,
bonus
I'll
action
give
disengage.
I'll give 1 to Davin and then 1 to Flint.
I will add it
So
to the NV.
yeah, and then I'll spend my part of my long rest foraging for more potion supplies.
Very good. Give me a survival check.
Survival.
Nice. Roll a d6. All right. You spend a good amount of time and manage to find enough materials to make 4 more potions.
All right, so I'll up my potion supplies to 5.
Very good. Very good. Anybody else doing anything before their long rest?
Just a point of order when it comes to food and water. I'm prepping create and destroy water every day, so we have all the water we need for the group. Zach, are you still preparing Goodberry every day to feed the group?
Yeah, I still have good berry every day. And I guess, and as far as the water goes, the alchemy jug, like if you don't want to keep holding on to that, the alchemy jug does make 8 gallons of fresh water. So I know that's not quite enough for the whole party because it's there's 7 of us total. So that's 14 gallons, but I do make 8 of it.
Evan, would 8 be good enough for the group, or do we still need to keep supplementing create or destroy water with that?
I'll double check the rules. I'm pretty sure Zach has it right. You guys need about,
It's 2 per person.
yeah.
Yeah, because it's the hot and humid jungle is like ups the recommended amount. I think by double is what we ended up settling on.
Okay, so what's the total amount go to?
14 unless we include Kilodon, then 15 or 16.
Okay, I've been burning 2 spell slots for create or destroy water just to like cover everything, but if we're using the jug for that, I'll only burn 1 spell slot a day, and we'll assume we're doing water out of the jug from here on out.
Yeah, because the good berries is 1 counts as a full rat or like full daily intake. So I've only been burning 1 slot for it.
Nobody got
Okay.
purchased any rain catchers or anything while they were at port, right?
Yeah, we
That
got
doesn't.
one.
I do. I have one.
Okay. I think you can get, what, 2 gallons out of that? I'll double check the... Yeah, I can catch 2 gallons of drinking water per inch of rainfall, holds up to 8 gallons as well. So, yeah, on especially rainy days or nights, you can potentially get about 8 gallons as well.
I don't think it
Okay,
stopped raining.
so jug and rain catcher would get us to 16 gallons of water if it's raining. If it's not raining, then I need to burn create water to make up for it.
Sounds about right. So, yeah, as long as you and Zach, reserve at least 1 spell slot for the party each night, you guys should be, very well off.
Okay, sounds good. I wrote some of this down in my character sheet just to keep track of it. Yeah, I will continue to prepare it and use it if it's not raining. So on a day like today, I won't need to use it.
Yeah, and like on the lighter rainy days, it might give like 4 gallons, a little less than what you need, but all in all, you guys should be pretty well stocked.
Okay, sounds good. So yes, Flint will do the water shit, and that's all he'll do.
Okay, water, goodberry, potion supplies gathering. Anything else from anybody?
Nope. Ryoku will take first watch, but that's about it for me.
Davin will take second.
I'll be a part of first since I'm foraging.
And I will separate myself from Ryoko and Zarek to help with second watch. Got to spread out the perception checks.
I like it. Himalek, any plans? We're just gonna enjoy a nice restful evening.
Yeah, gotta enjoy myself for once.
Okay, cool. Um, First watch, go ahead and give me your perception rolls. And Scott, unless anybody else wishes to take over at any point. Scott, give me another rain check. Beautiful. Um, I would say that partway through your watch, the rain does start to kind of lighten up quite a bit. More of a drizzle. Um, but yeah, nothing seems to occur during your first watch. It's very, very quiet. You know, you hear a couple animals skittering nearby, a shriek of a jungle bird in the distance. But aside from that, very surprisingly relaxing evening for at least your first watch. But two of you kind of get through your watch again, unless there's any discussion that wishes to be had.
I yeah, I'm good.
Okay. And yeah, you guys get through your watch and kind of nudge the other two awake. Yeah, Davin and Flint. Perception checks, please. Thank you. Same thing for you guys. Very uneventful evening. Just the normal dinosaur and jungle noises and such. But again, all in the distance. Nothing nearby threatening you guys or anything. Same thing. If there's any conversation you guys wish to have, go for it. Otherwise, we'll just kind of trudge on through.
Let's drudge.
Grudge.
Okay.
Boom, boom, boom.
Um,
Another salve.
Yep. Morning comes, sun rises. It's been roughly 24 hours. So more bug, salve. Good. I'll have your breakfast and such, or I guess had that the night before, so you're good as well. Uh, you are, or we'll say, Hugh recommends that you'll be approaching the Aldani Basin, which is a very kind of swampy area, a little more difficult to travel through with the canoes. Um,
Is it still possible to travel with the canoes? Because I imagine it's kind of like a swamp.
it's still possible, but they only move 2 hexes per day through the swamp, so you'll get like 1 hex, and then you'll pretty much hit the Aldani Basin. And we'll say you can get 3 hexes today if you stay aboard your boats.
Uh, okay, I'm gonna ask the guys a question.
Sure.
This Aldani Basin, if we were to attempt to traverse it by foot, I imagine it would be pretty difficult going, unless there is some sort of ancient roadway of sorts.
There are no roads going to the jungle here. It would be difficult either way, either on foot or in the boats.
Is there a butt included in there?
Unfortunately, no.
Ah, I see. Um, what sort of dangers would we perhaps run into if we stayed on the boats?
Well, cannot say it would be more dangerous or less remaining in the canoes. It would be perhaps a bit. It would be about the same either way.
But would we still be moving a little faster if we stayed in the canoes?
Uh, Again, it would be roughly the same. Remaining in the
Hmm.
canoes would reserve a tiny bit of strength, but it would take about the same time to travel the same distance.
Ah, Well, my vote is for remaining in the canoes. Then I'll say this to the rest of the party.
Well, I wouldn't mind a walk. Why not a walk?
You could walk alongside the canoe.
Well, yes, I suppose I could.
Come now, Zorak. Surely you'd wish to stretch your legs out to the open fields.
And I guess I'll look around when he says open fields and just see swampy, dense jungle. No, I think the water would still be preferable.
Is this kind of place not your domain?
No, it's not, but
But it
I
could be
understand.
if you
It,
applied yourself. And I really think you should apply yourself. Come,
yes, but I
step out
have
into the
learned
road.
to have a healthy respect for dense, wild wilderness.
But at least there's more protection, cover. I am trying to avoid some people that typically like the water.
Well, is this the group's decision then? Flint, voice of reason here.
It's a dangerous thing to award me with. I'd rather sit than stand.
Alright, well, sounds like 3-1 for walking. I have to say, Davin makes a good point. Easier to hide while we're on foot, opposed to being exposed in the boats.
But if we leave the boats, we run the risk of them not being here when we get back.
Ah, well, nobody said it would have to leave them. You could just carry them. No, portage, as they say.
That would leave us even more exposed. You gotta think these things through, Hugh.
I'm sure he has.
Carrying boats through a jungle is not a good idea.
Well, I mean, it seems as though we would have to do that or leave it behind one way or another. No, this can't go the entire distance, so we would have to get out and walk and either carry the boat or leave it anyway. So why not do it now?
Okay. Okay.
There you go. Overcoming your struggles one day at a time. Come, let's go.
Okay, so you all are walking the rest of the way. New day, new weather. Please roll me a D100, whoever would like to.
Does anybody else want to go at it? It's too late. Haha.
Okay. That being said, as you all are having this discussion, the rain does in fact pick up quite a bit. The winds start to gust, and the thunder kind of strikes above. And you've experienced these storms once or twice now. And it is clearly looking like one is about to open up. Um, you are all more than welcome to attempt to travel, but you will more or less pretty much take an almost immediate point of exhaustion and possibly have a very good chance of getting lost and not really be able to travel quite as far. As always, the guides kind of recommend hunkering down and hopefully waiting it out, finding a bit of better cover.
Yeah, I guess Ryoku would probably agree with the guides and just, if everybody's fine with that, look for a place to hunker down.
Let's hunk.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll say it doesn't really take you much to find one this time. You find a nice grouping of rather large trees with pretty thick canopies above that give you a decent amount of cover. And with all your, other camping equipment and stuff, you can kind of find or create a nice little bit of shelter. Yeah, you all kind of hunker down for the day and wait for things to pass. Luckily, nothing seems to bother you during that time. Not that it would be easy for them to find you in this. But, yeah, you guys pretty much spend the entire day kind of hunkered down, remaining stationary. Yeah. What little daylight there was to be had kind of starts to dip and dim, and night is approaching very rapidly. Go ahead and give me another weather roll, and even though you didn't really do much, you would still kind of need to take a long rest because, you were awake through all of this and such. Maybe not traveling, but still quite conscious and alert and, dealing with the torrential downpour and thunderstorm. But as the night kind of arrives, the clouds kind of start to clear a bit. Lighter rain kind of takes the place of the major storm. And it goes back to a rather peaceful-ish night. And you all have another long rest ahead of you. Hooray! Unless you want to travel through the night. It's up to you guys. Obviously.
Unless we're being pursued or pursuing, probably not.
Reasonable. So again,
Yeah, I say hunker down for the night. Try and stay a little low key if we're still by the water.
yeah, we'll say you didn't really go too far inland. Still near enough to the river. It did kind of swell up a bit during the storm, but is, again, kind of tapering off now. Yeah, back to another long rest. Perception checks for watches. Again, if there's anything anyone wants to do, take it away.
Oh,
Otherwise,
I hadn't realized I was muted. I'm sorry.
sorry.
I want to take this time to craft, use some of my potion supplies.
Sure. Give me another. We'll go with survival.
Survival?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Nice. Well, out of your,
I have 5.
you have 5 of them left. I'll roll the. Actually, go ahead and roll a d6. It'll be a d6, and we'll do -1. Minimum you can craft is 1.
So I craft 2.
Yeah.
Do I use all 5 or do I use only 2?
No, you still got 3 remaining.
Okay,
Three
gotcha.
supplies,
Great.
yeah.
So that brings me back up to 3 healing potions.
Very good, very good.
Excuse me. Yeah, I think more like a flavor thing. I think Ryoku will like spend some time out in the forest, just playing around with the spirits. Nothing too crazy.
Okie dokie. Anybody else doing anything?
Probably just playing with Keelan.
Okay. Did you want to do like more specified training with him at all, or just kind of, you know, casual stuff?
Oh, just casual this time around.
Got it.
This time we're building a bond rather than displaying who's master and who's not.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah.
Oh, I would love for them to be like in an intense moment, and then one of the spirits kind of just comes over and kind of lifts Keeladon up so he tips over.
You're trying to play pranks on my good boy?
Yes, or at least the spirits are. You might hear a hee hee in the corner.
That would be watching you guys smoking a pipe, spending like 30 minutes trying to get comfortable, but realizing there is no comfort in this goddamn place.
Alrighty. Yeah, and we'll, you can definitely have your spirits kind of mess with Emelec and Keeladon and such. Keeladon kind of, gets pushed over and tipped to the side and kind of gets up and doesn't really recognize or understand what just happened and kind of looks to you, Emelec, all. You want to give me a quick animal handling check? Okay. Kind of looks at you a little confused, but actually gets kind of closer to you and kind of like crouches near you for, we'll say, just definitely kind of gets closer and kind of gets kind of like tucks himself under your arm a little bit, kind of looking around cautiously.
I too am standing at the ready with my halberd, just kind of squinting my eyes, looking around, casually petting his head.
Yes.
Yeah, just over in the corner. You just hee hee.
Did Flint see it?
With
I
a
mean,
13? I don't know, how stealthy were you being, Ryuko?
um, I'll roll a stealth check for him.
Go for it.
So I guess it wouldn't be me; it'd be the spirits. I don't really have a thing for them, but we could just take the lower roll. It's fine if Flint sees.
You wear heavy armor?
Scale mail.
Interesting. Okay. Did not realize that. That's heavy?
Well,
It's
actually,
medium,
that
but
might
it's got the disadvantage tag to it.
yeah for
Gotcha,
stealth.
gotcha.
It's medium technically. I was like, I'm not proficient with heavy. Pretty sure it's medium.
Okay, yeah, my mistake. Makes sense, though. But yeah, we'll say your spirits, it's a 17, because they're not wearing the armor. But you all definitely kind of hear the little, chuckle off to the side.
Ryoga, what's so funny? I think danger's in our midst.
Huh?
Spirits are attacking us.
Danger? What do you mean danger? What
Just be
danger?
on your guard.
Oh, okay, sure. Well, why? What happened?
Foul spirits, probably fey in nature, are playing pranks on me and my boy.
Oh no. That's so horrible. Uh, I'll sure keep an eye out for those trickster spirits.
Thank you.
Of course. Yeah, no problem. Give me that.
And yeah, you do see him just kind of like looking around.
Yeah, the moment he like turns away, Ryoku was like holding in laughter to the best of her ability.
Nice. Say, Ryuko, you notice out of the corner of your eye, Iku kind of just has a very knowing smirk on her face, kind of catches your eye for a brief moment, and then goes back to camp preparations and such.
Yeah, she'll acknowledge the look and appreciate her not outing her.
Alrighty. Unless there's any more shenanigans, let's take some watches and give me some perception checks.
I'll take first.
Tag along at first.
Okay, good. Yet again, man, I'm not rolling well in these random encounters. Again, very uneventful evening for you guys. You know, a light rain persists. Um, but you know, nothing seems to be attracted toward you guys or bother you during your watch. And as always, unless there's any conversations to be had, you kind of just get through your watch uneventfully. And go and kind of nudge the other whoever's taking second watch. Let them know it's their turn. And again, for you guys as well, the rain kind of persists, but occasional little break in the clouds lets some moonlight peer through, and then the cloud cover goes back over. Rain keeps going, but as well, uneventful. Nice quiet evening. Kind of hear Emelec and Keeladon kind of snoring over on the side. Hugh kind of just grumbles a bit in his. Oh, the dragon broke me arm. But yeah, your watch goes off without a hitch as well. Daylight starts to creep in. People start stirring, waking up, and have the day ahead of you. Before things kick off, rain check, please. Thank you, sir. And you get a rare moment of no rain. The clouds break, the sun is beaming down through the treetops and the canopy. Definitely very, hot and humid like usual, even a little hotter without the cloud cover and the rain. But nice clear sunny days travel ahead of you. Do you all pack up your gear, have your morning routines, rituals and things?
Before we go too far, could we get an update on the map?
Yeah, you haven't moved because of the downpour of the day before. Pretty much
Okay,
got down to here. It's really just been 2 days. The first day you got to where you are. The second day you didn't really go anywhere.
gotcha. All right.
We are on day number 3 of traveling this session. Um, but yes, so you take the canoes for the rest of the way through the river. About 10 miles or so, you get into the Aldani Basin, and it turns into a swamp. I think it's very hard to kind of row through the thick, swampy muck. Um, and as you all had agreed the day prior, kind of hop out of the canoes. Are you taking the canoes with you, or are you going to leave them behind and just go on foot from here?
What kind of penalties would we have?
Um, Carrying them, I'd say disadvantage on stealth checks, but aside from that, no other real penalties.
I'm a carry canoe.
Yeah, I say carry it.
Zark's gonna let Emelec carry a canoe. You're doing great, Emelec.
Yes, though I really think you could work on your upper body. Here, why don't you grab the other end?
I am far too short to be carrying a canoe with you, my friend.
Ah, that sounds like a weakness in the mind. That can be
Uh,
overcome. Come, come. I
I,
insist.
my height can't be overcome.
Of course it can.
Not really.
Ah,
Well,
yes.
I mean, technically, he does have a point. You could technically turn into a bear, and that would be a bit higher. Might be a bit more difficult to walk on your hind legs than all fours, but it could be done. I think maybe could it be done?
Ryuku, did we not start off this adventure as friends?
Oh, are we not friends? And her ears
We,
kind of droop a little bit.
no, I was joking. I'm sorry.
Oh, my apologies. Okay, all right. Yes. Ah, good.
Look at you. You see Hugh? This specimen of a man. You think he's held back by his height?
Of course not. And don't forget me arm, and he holds up his nub again.
Exactly. If he can do it, so can you. Come, come.
I guess I'm wild shaping into a bear.
It's entirely up to you. You do not need to feel
Oh.
obligated to use a wild shape here.
You could just carry it.
How? Wait, don't they? Does correct me if I'm wrong. The wild shape lasts until like I just end it, right?
It's after your druid level in hours.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it would last 2 hours. Yeah, I'm not gonna use wild shape. I'm just gonna kind of, I guess, walk to the front of the canoe that Emelek's carrying and let him like drop it on my shoulder a little bit.
There you go. We'll make a champion out of you, yes.
I resent that.
Alrighty. You guys carrying one. Ryuko, you got the other. We'll say Iku kind of walks up behind you and helps you carry the other.
Thank you kindly.
You all trudge further through the swamp. Um, Again, since it's a bright sunny day, do you want to just go due south, or it does look like there's again these are 10-mile hexes, so it's not it's a big space to travel through, but there's a semi-familiar path that you found yourselves in when you got lost after leaving Camp Vengeance the first time when you were searching for that patrol. So you can either, I guess, continue straight south or start heading kind of westward toward where Iku said Mabala was. Or you can go east or north or whichever direction you want.
You said we were going to Mumbala, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Head on their way.
Okay. Then yeah, we'll just say Iku kind of go back through this direction. And then pushes you west a bit more. So you really only spend a good chunk of the day in the swamps, and then it kind of opens up into more uh, slightly sparser jungle, but still jungle. Um, so you spent like first third of the day on the river, another third trudging through the swamps, and now you're kind of up on firmer ground. But that is about as far as you're going to be able to travel today. The sun kind of starts to disappear behind the treetops and the horizon and such. Yet another night is ahead of you. Um, Camps, long rest, other nightly rituals and plans and discussions, whatever else you would all like to do. If nothing, then pick your watches, throw me some survival checks, and another weather roll.
Just to do it, I'm gonna attempt to make more supplies, and I'll take first watch as well. So I'll roll both survival and perception. Oh my god, I have been. I guess that 20 doesn't count. I don't have advantage. That's a waste. Oh well.
Unfortunately, just after the day's travel and getting through the swamp and stuff, you're a little too exhausted and you're looking at the herbs and kind of go to start mixing them, but you're like, no, wait, that's not right. Right. And you kind of like just, you mess up in the order of things when it comes to crafting these, um, and are kind of unable to craft any tonight. It's high enough where you don't waste any of the supplies, but you're just too tired and not focused enough to craft
I gotcha.
anymore. Um, Also, with that 62, the weather and the rain definitely starts to pick up again. It's not torrential downpours, but it's pretty solid rain. Clouds kind of appear over the moonlight, and it's rather dark. But yeah, first watch is looks like Chris and Zarak. Very good. Yet again, rather uneventful evening for the two of you during your watch. Nice and quiet and peaceful. Distant jungle noises, but relatively safe. Next two, or three, whoever wants to be on watch. Good, very good. Man, again, very peaceful and uneventful for you guys.
I just want to like put it out there that like 1 hour in both watches, Emelec does get up, watch all you guys, and then go back to bed.
So you just randomly get up and stare at us while we're sleeping and then go back to bed?
Yes.
Okay, cool. That's normal.
Definitely not normal.
I definitely saw that happen.
Yeah, I mean, whoever was on watch for sure noticed.
You said nothing?
No, I just looked up, checked the surroundings, looked at you guys, and then went back to bed.
Okay, that's fair.
Alrighty, well, the night passes. The rain continues throughout the night, but daylight appears. Next morning arrives. All are preparing for the day's travel. The Iku kind of mentions that unless something occurs, you should be roughly a day away from the base of the plateau from Mabala.
Ah, so, well, so, this path, is it small path? Big path? Uh, line path? What are we looking at?
It is rather narrow, but as long as we take our time, you should be able to climb it with little trouble. I imagine it
Um,
has been some time since anyone has been there, so we might have to clear some overgrowth or carefully make our way through gaps, but it's much safer than scaling the sides.
and the wind? What about the wind and when the water gets, the rain comes down? What do we do then?
Well, assuming that a storm does not roll through, we should be okay. Again, just be careful where you step.
Right, right. Be careful where you step. Okay, got it.
And at the mention of the weather and rain, thank you, sir. Okay, just enough. It is actually another clear and sunny day. The rain from the night before kind of dissipates. It is a hot, humid Sultan jungle day. Uh, but double check. Sorry about that. So yeah, from where you guys are, you can definitely start to see these large plateaus kind of start to rise in the direction you're going. Um, Many of them are like, 1,000 feet or more, probably even a lot more going up. But you kind of start to make your way westward. Every one of these little tiles is locked. I have to like unlock it each time. But yes, you start to make your way westward. Go ahead and give me a survival check, whoever's leading the way. Very
I'll beat me to
good.
it.
Oh, my bad. You got it next time.
Yeah, so you start to kind of make your way through these kind of not really paths, but you know, very large plateaus. The jungle kind of clears out a bit, and you get to the base of a particularly high plateau. You see about an 1,800-foot high plateau with sheer cliffs rising up above heaps of boulders as large as ships. The narrow path that seems to be cut into the face of the cliff seems to climb, from what you can tell, all the way to the top. And Iku kind of nods toward the path and says, "Ah, we have arrived. Mabala resides at the top."
It's a pretty big hill.
And what exactly should we expect when we get up there?
Well, Mabala used to be a rather grand town, kingdom in its own right, long ago. But as I understand it, it has been quite isolated and fallen into, hmm, well, much like the rest of the jungle, ruin.
I see.
But,
Well, I guess
go ahead, sorry.
I was gonna move on to how to get up the hill, but if you have some flavor, do it.
No, 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 that's pretty much what she was about to suggest.
Yeah, Flynn will say, well, plateau is not gonna climb itself.
Unfortunately,
You,
not.
you wilderness folk, how should we do this? I've got pittons in my bag. Never used one of those in my life. I don't know if that would be useful. I got rope. Do we tie each other together? Do we all ride up on Zarek's back in his bear form. What should we do?
Oh, perhaps, maybe a buddy system? Well, maybe if we're not tied all together, at the very least, two of us are tied together, just in case one falls.
Seems reasonable.
Okay. So you guys gonna tie each other together or in pairs?
Yeah, I guess one group of 3 and one group of 4. Can I turn into anything that has a climbing speed?
The bear, yeah.
The bear has a climbing speed?
Yep.
Does it not? Oh, I was saying, I could have sworn it.
Yeah,
Just
do
to
bears
Oh,
climb trees?
just to potentially save your resources here. The path is, I mean, the width of the path does vary a bit, but you can see on average it's roughly about 5 feet wide. Um,
ah,
it's not, again, it's a little narrow for sure. There's obviously no railings or anything, but it should be traversable. And from where you are, you can see a couple of spots, at least down this in this lower area. You know, you see some angled roots kind of maybe blocking the path, maybe like a tumbled boulder here and there. But you guys aren't being chased by anything. You're not in like extreme
yeah.
hurry. So you should, it'll take you estimate as a group, kind of estimate it should take roughly 3-ish hours to climb up the whole way, clearing roots and moving boulders and stuff.
Okay, I got you then. Yeah. Then Zarek would like to lead his whatever group he's leading, just because he wants to be out front and be taking a look around at the jungle as he walks.
Ah, you wish to be head of the pack. I respect it. I respect it. Good, good.
Yes, I would like to get to know the jungle better.
And putting yourself in the position of a leader. Now that's admirable.
I yes, not yes, okay.
Yeah. And since you are specifically enjoying the view, as you do climb up higher and higher, you again have to stop every so often, clear out some roots, push over a boulder off the edge, that kind of stuff. But easy enough to climb up most of the way. Looking around, you do get some rather stunning sights of just the surrounding wilderness. You can see clear out a good chunk of certain parts of the map because of the height that you're traveling. Say, might be feeling a bit much, but see
Oh,
about across the Aldani Basin there. Can even see. I have to do this carefully because I can't see underneath the token, so I'm trying not to reveal too much each time I delete stuff.
I gotcha.
Yeah, you see, the big open swamp. The jungle is, again, there's dotted with trees and jungles, you know, plants and things, but the Aldani Basin is pretty much just a giant swamp. Which go.
Any ruins that I can spy from up here?
Not in the Aldani Basin, but you do see off to the like southeast. There is a rather large chunk of something kind of floating above the jungle, way out this
Floating.
way. Yes, there's a large chunk of something out that way, kind of on the other side of the Aldani Basin.
From this distance, does it just look like a floating rock?
Pretty much, I'd say. Yeah, that's a good accurate description.
Ooh.
I'll even put a little X there for you. So it's roughly around there. Um, so yeah, way to the southeast, you see a large chunk of something floating there. You also see, as you kind of, because the path kind of winds around the whole plateau and little switchbacks and stuff, so you're kind of just doing big circles and such. Off to the west, in the jungle, you see what looks to be some sort of ziggurat, maybe. Over this way.
Ziggurats are cool.
And go ahead and give me a perception check. Anyone who really wants to, but specifically Zarak. Okay. Nobody else is. Ryuko, you notice kind of way to the south as you're kind of like reaching the top of the plateau, getting, really, really, like you're probably 1,500 feet up, if not higher. Way to the south, there seems to be something stuck up in the treetops. Looks, you see, well, some sort of shipwreck, maybe? It looks clearly there's something up in the stuck in the treetops protruding from them. You see, big swaths of I say big. You see swaths of like torn canvas and yeah, from here and then with your perception stuff, it looks like some kind of shipwreck in the trees.
A shipwreck in the trees, you say?
I do.
Okay.
But it is well beyond the plateaus way to the south. Uh, that is about what you see. Trying to clear out a bit more of the Aldani Basin for you. Might have cleared a bit too much. That's okay. That's just. Yes. So that is pretty much all the stuff you see. You see a big floating chunk of rock or earth or something way to the southeast. Due south is a shipwreck, and off to the west is some sort of ziggurat. Um, you get about maybe 100 feet from the kind of lip of the plateau. and suddenly the path kind of just veers directly into this natural looking cleft in the stone face. Uh, see some like steps that are kind of cut into this 15-foot wide crevice, and as you kind of make your way up, you see these scenes of like jungle predators and flying lizards and erupting volcanoes all kind of carved into these shallow reliefs on the walls in ways that kind of make very creative use of the natural shape of the rock. Um, as you kind of like reach the top of the steps, you see that the stone steps emerge onto the top of the plateau beneath this once grand but now decrepit looking wooden gateway. The gates that sealed this entrance are all rotted away, and only their rusted iron hinges and reinforcing bands kind of remain. In their place, there's just heaps of human skulls. They're all picked
Oh,
clean of all the flesh, and they're bleached white by the sun, and they grin up at you from the roadway and down from atop these towering mounds.
Um, that doesn't seem like a good sign. No? Is anybody else? Is it just me?
um, they're all stacked.
There's big mounds of them,
Oh,
kind of just along where the gateway once was.
I'm gonna walk up to one and is there any like markings on it? Does it look like they've been, I don't know, anything's been done to the skull specifically? Besides, well, they're missing every bit of their skin.
Um, they, give me a medicine check.
Medicine?
Sure. Yeah, medicine sounds right.
Nope.
You don't notice much. There are. I'll give it to you. It's fine. They look like they have signs of having been gnawed on, maybe.
Mm,
Pretty
don't
much
like that.
as you look at that one and you kind of look at some of the others, yeah, just about all of them show signs of that.
What would have killed these people? Stacked their bones and then, or ate them and then stacked their bones up.
Or goblins, mayhaps?
Uh, Iku, any ideas, suggestions, anything, please?
Looking at Ika, she's kind of reserved a bit, not really leading the group like she does sometimes. I can only assume this is what is all that remains. The residence, Abala.
Seems like a fair assessment.
Do not know what we will find up here.
Well, I guess we are now presented with a choice.
Oh, don't sound so dramatic. The skulls we should probably just leave, right? We got our view, and a grand view it is.
Well,
Or
and as soon as they both said it at the same time, they look at each other. I mean, if they're all gone, there may be some semblance of their culture left behind. We might want to preserve that, if nothing else. You know, something of theirs, or or what if it's a horrible monster? Yes, yes, right. That's the thing. Yes, a horrible monster. We might, you know, stop them.
Oh, there's a horrible monster, and we should probably not tangle with such a thing.
I suppose that's true. Um, but but the discovery.
Yes, I agree with Iku here. I do believe we should not Iku, Ryuku here. I believe we should go in. At the very least, we can catalog the final days of these people so that they are not completely lost to time.
Oh, if you think that's worthy to maybe wade through some undead potentially. When there's unburied dead in such a place, I wouldn't be surprised if we encounter a ghost or two.
Oh, well, I suppose that's true. Um, well, if you, I wouldn't want you to, um, your form that you don't particularly like. So we can go.
So we're moving forward.
If it matters,
Uh,
I'd like you guys to talk us into going in there just because that's more fun.
Oh, okay, fair
Emelec.
enough. We can do that.
Yeah. Emelec. Aren't you honor bound to vanquish evil doings? Perhaps what did this to these people is still in these ruins.
My eyes do kind of squint, and I look around.
That
Well,
being
go ahead, Scott.
that being said, I think it's wise to start looking for traps, given on the state of these bodies, or not bodies. That is, if we're making our way in.
Riku gets a conflicted look. She looks over to Flint and is like, um, no, well, we really shouldn't. We really should worry about Flint. I mean, what if he doesn't want to go in his form if there is undead? And, well, yes, I know that is the discovery when we want to go check it out, but, he is our, traveling companion, friend, somewhat, I think. We should definitely worry about that. Um,
That's more of a
Flint?
question for you. If there's undead in there and they show up, it means we're killing everything up there. Are you prepared for that?
I have no problem with killing undead. It perhaps can lead to us uncovering more of the mystery of the undead that plagues this jungle.
Well, yeah, I mean, if that's your only concern, um, no problems.
Well, if the undead show, I expect all of you to help me kill them all. Because, Thana's not going to let me leave otherwise.
I kind of pat Flint in the back really hard and just go, "Of course, I'd be at your side, friend."
Oh,
No doubts about you, my friend.
Well, then, if we're exploring and discovering this hidden mystery or whatever, let's take haste. Davin, what was it you said? Look for tracks. Let's see if there's a foe we might have to smite, an evildoer.
Then I
Uh,
guess we'll start heading forward, and I'll look out for some traps.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an investigation check. Yeah. Difficult to find anything. Just to make your way through here, you're gonna have to, wade through the heaps of skulls and things. But as you do, you kind of, go through carefully and double check, and does not appear to be trapped of any kind. It's just, getting through just heaps and mounds of skulls. But yeah, you all eventually do get through gates and up into the plateau proper. And looking around, I mean, you look and you can see this was clearly once the seat of a very of a small kingdom. Even you can see with what remains, most of the structures, were wood and thatch, but now they're just crumbling compost heaps that have just been demolished by the rain and wind and time and everything. You see a few stone foundations, maybe, and some overgrown ramps that kind of poke up through the debris, but indicates it was a little more than just a simple village. But yeah, all of that is pretty much just rubble and ruin. Um, yeah, as you guys kind of make your way further in, um, the only structure that still seems to be intact is a very lone hut that's about 1,000 yards kind of southwest of the gate, and at the edge of a boulder field. The hut's kind of made from thatch and animal hide stretched over the rib cage of this immense reptile. Animal skulls, wind chimes, totems of feathers, and shells kind of rattle in the breeze, and smoke kind of drifts up from the hut. You kind of look a little closer, you see there is a creature that kind of shuffles slowly around the hut, hunched over in an animal like posture, and you realize it's actually a human woman. She's impossibly old and crippled by arthritis, and as you get closer, she's possibly blinded by cataracts. Her dark face and bald pate are outlined with streaks of yellow clay, kind of suggesting the shape of a skull, or perhaps it's just her shriveled flesh creating that illusion.
Oh
Uh,
wow.
but yes, she hasn't quite taken notice of you, but she, as you guys kind of get a little closer. Sorry, Chris, I didn't mean to interrupt you there if you were going to say something.
nah, that's fine. Let it keep it going.
But yeah, as you guys kind of get a little closer, she kind of stops in her tracks and tilts her head to the side as if kind of listening from your direction. Kind of, hello? Hello's someone there?
Does she smell like evil?
Good question. What would she smell like? Oh, you have a paladin trait or something, right?
Yeah.
Link that one for me.
Let me.
You know the location of a celestial fiend or undead. Gotcha. Yeah, nothing seems to trigger your divine sense about this one.
And you guys do see me kind of sniffing the air a bit as she approaches.
I guess tentatively Ryoko will hi, hello, who are you?
Oh, visitors. Oh, yes, visitors. I've not had visitors in some time. Hello, hello. Hey, Hello, who am I? Who am I? My name. I have a name? Yes, everyone has a name. What was my name? What did they call me? Started Nan. Nanny Poo Poo, I believe. Yes, they once called me Nanny Poo Poo. I've not heard another voice in some time. Hello. Please come closer, dears. Come closer. I assume there's. How many of you are there? Hello.
Oh, uh, just just two of us. Me and my friend. Here.
Just two. It sounds like there are many more. Walking and stepping over here. Yeah, my eyes may have gone, but I assure you my ears are just as good as they've ever been.
Oh, uh, she looks over at Flint. Give him the help signal.
Yes, ma'am. We travelers. We climbers. Really, we're hoping to get a lay of the land here, and we find you up here, and amidst your village. Is this your home here?
Yes, yes, this was my home. It is my home. Oh, I'm the only one left, it seems. The only one.
Oh, you were here when the village was still lively then.
Oh, yes, it was quite a place to be, quite a sight, if you will. There were so many of us, but everyone was killed and taken, and by those damned winged creatures. They reside somewhere to the south side of the plateau, I believe. Before I lost my sight, I am the only survivor. Yes, I'm too stringy, you see, too wily for these predators. Yes, and she kind of like smiles with very just gap-toothed, nasty-looking smile.
Does it seem believable?
Roll an insight check. I mean, hard to tell if she's, lying or not. Just looking around, I mean, she's clearly the only survivor. Um, it's kind of evident she's been living on, she's got like a very small garden off to the side of basically just roots and a couple of traps off to the side. Looks like, birds or lizards that might have been caught in snares, things like that.
May I also roll insight? I guess Flint probably would.
Sure. Ooh, that's a good insight roll.
Or if there's reason for disadvantage, I can roll it again.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a disadvantage roll. Go with that insight check. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Why is it always like that?
Um, what she says seems to generally check out. I will say there's an air of just something a little off. Can't quite put your finger on it, but
Yeah, I think
nothing
Flint is
jumps out at you.
disbelieving. I think Flint disbelieves just because he thinks his bitch is crazy, basically. Right, yeah, it would take a wily soul, certainly. Well, we don't mean to trespass. We were just getting a good look, and well, I have some friends here that are interested in culture of this peninsula, and they might have some questions for you about your people, and if if you'd rather not speak about it, because I know this was a great tragedy, and you, of course, have my condolences. This was a awful thing to happen to anyone, but they might be curious if you would have time for some questions.
Oh, well, I suppose I could try to answer some questions. Sure, my memory is not quite what it once was, you see. I've been around for a very long time. But sure, I could answer some questions. Could you do me a favor, though? Could you possibly go and destroy that nest of those winged beasts off to the south? That's where they're on the south side of the plateau somewhere. Please.
Oh,
I assume you made it all this way. We are in the middle of the jungle, and you climbed such a height to get to me. Yes, you surely are capable adventurers. Yes, only the most capable would be able to reach me all the way up here.
Flint tries to catch Zarek's eye, and he's just like shaking his head silently.
I kind of look to the party and give them all a very stern look. Are we going to deny an old lady's request?
Flint will do a finger on the side of his head and swirl it as if cuckoo.
you said that this happened recently?
It has happened over the course of many, many years. They just would come and take a few and never to be seen again and kill them. And they would just attack us out of the blue.
If
They'd come flying down from above, and
if they are never seen again, then what's with the piles of skulls?
skulls, you say? Well, I assume that is all that is left of my people.
Can I insight check her?
Sure.
This story just isn't sounding right. Ah, damn it.
Elec does again speak up and says, "This old lady has come to us for help. You all wish to gain knowledge. In exchange, she wants us to slay some evildoers. I say
She
we do
didn't-
it."
She didn't really come to us. She's sitting in an abandoned village surrounded by a mountain of skulls.
The point is she's an old lady requesting help. Look at her. She can't even see.
Again, she kind of just gives you this gap-toothed, nearly rotten smile. Yes, your friend is quite honorable. Please, just if you would rid me of these terrible beasts, they're such a terrible evil.
I believe we owe it to her and her people. We've come to her land looking for knowledge. We might as well deal with the threat that's here. Hugh, you get what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, what do our guides look like? How are they reacting to this?
They seem to have kind of opposite reactions. Iku is still rather reserved, just kind of looking around at everything. Wouldn't say like, afraid or anything like that, but just a little cautious and reserved. Hugh, on the other hand, is very much on the side of Emelec and just kind of is like, all right, yeah, sure, let's kill some winged beasts. What sort of winged beasts are they? I assume way out here they're probably terrafolk or something. But yes, they're quite a nuisance in the area. Yes, terrafolk, of course. I believe that's what they're called. Rather terrible, terrible things. Yes.
See, these are creatures that have been a plague on the land. We've heard of them before. We might as well go stomp them out at their nest while we're here.
Iku, I'm gonna kind of step off to the side to. Does this woman seem like she's from this village? There's just something about this that just is not sitting right with me.
She kind of shrugs a little bit, and I see the same things that you all see. The place has clearly been in ruins. Terrible things have befallen them. But she looks like an old woman to me. Been alone for quite some time, it would appear.
I see.
It could just be the madness and loneliness seeping in that makes her seem this way.
And do you really believe that?
Again, she kind of shrugs. It would make sense, would it not? How would
Yes, but
you react? How would you be? You are stuck here all alone.
how is she surviving? There's nothing here but ruins and piles of bones.
Again, she kind
Sure,
of
I
like,
think I've seen shut-ins in Waterdeep. Sometimes it's best just to leave them alone. It looks sad to us, but clearly she's alive here for this long.
Well,
I
it's
think let's
less
just get
that
out of
it's
here.
it's less that it's sad and more I'm gonna say this part kind of quietly, or I just kind of think she did this.
And if she did, it's not really our business. We have things to figure out here. Look, if you want to ask the woman a question, go ahead, but ask your questions and I'd say let's get out of here. And if we kill those monsters, great. If we don't, no harm done.
Right. Well, perhaps we should hear. Well, if these monsters can be reasoned with, spoken to, perhaps we should hear what they have to say.
You did just call them monsters, mate.
Well,
Monsters
I
can't be reasoned with.
I said monster because that's just the simple terminology we're using right now. We do not know if they're monsters.
And if they are, if they aren't, again, it's not our business, mate. Look, you decide. I've already said my piece. She's all yours. And don't bother poor Iku. This is not her decision, it's ours. And
Well,
mine and
that's
yours. And I've made mine already.
okay. Zark's gonna just kind of hold his hands up, just go, all right. This doesn't fit. Something about this just doesn't sit right with him, but okay.
Well, I suppose we can just do things as we always do. Those in favor of just, leaving, say aye.
Wait, we're gonna be leaving to kill the monsters, not just straight up not doing this, correct? My
Well, that
understanding.
was the next question, I suppose.
Ah,
It's as well. Maybe we can do it this way. Raise your right hand to just leave without doing the monsters, and raise your left for dealing with the monsters, and then leaving.
I raise my left hand proudly high up.
Zark will start to raise his left. Will raise his left hand.
Is there any gold anywhere around her?
um, at a glance, you don't see any.
No loose coins or trinkets I might see?
Nope.
something fun, shiny, a goblin would like. Okay. I guess I'm just gonna say thieve and dip. So right hand, if I'm not mistaken.
It'll be going right.
Oh Jesus, it's come down to me. Fucking A.
Love odd
Ryoku
number
does.
parties.
Yeah, this Ryoku doesn't like the lady. She's trying to make everybody happy. Uh, fuck it. Ryoku raises the left hand. Very slowly, she raises the left hand.
I
Okay.
suppose the die has been cast.
What do we get out of this again?
Peace of mind and helping an elderly old lady in need.
Well, that, and I suppose if they've taken all of the villagers, I imagine they would have taken any potential, trinkets or anything. So if you're looking for, something, or there might be over there, maybe birds collect things.
Begrudgingly just kind of kick rocks and agree to go.
I get what information you can out of her to be on our way.
Right. Emelec, perhaps you should be the one to ask her questions about these winged creatures.
Me?
Yes, I would say you're the best equipped to uncover the source of evil doing.
I suppose. Yeah, sure. Why not? Excuse me, ma'am. We have decided to take on your quarry. Um, these creatures. Do you know their numbers? Do you know their tactics? What should we be expecting when we go smite your foe?
Oh, 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 marvelous, marvelous. Yes, you're recent. Oh, what do I know? Well, um, I'm not entirely sure about their numbers. Perhaps, oh, uh, 20 or so in total, but I've never sought them out myself, you see. I just know that they nest somewhere to the south. I believe they have some sort of nest in the cliff face over there. Uh, again, I've never been there myself, and their tactics, well, they would fly down from above and scoop them up and take them away, and they would attack from above, and I believe they used certain spears or javelins or something, and they had a terrible bite.
I see. Kind of scratches his head, ponders. So we should be worried about being grabbed and bitten and poked and whatnot. Typical flying creatures' tactics. No different than a wyvern. Yes.
Yes, yes, a wyvern. Not sure what that is, but sure, if it flies and attacks from above, then it is the same.
Another question I have. Kind of look to Rio Kuen's rock and do you all have any What is it that they look for? Historical artifacts here. It would make my friends more willing to assist.
Artifacts. Artifacts. Here? I don't. I don't think so, but I was. I was but a lonely old medicine woman at best. I did not take part in any treasure gathering or royal decrees or anything of the sort. No, no, I simply lived in my hut and helped those that I could when I could.
Nothing that could give us insight into your people, no matter how mundane.
I suppose you could search through the remains of the ruins and perhaps find something there. But I know not of anything in particular.
So, quick question:
Sure.
would these count as ruins? Like, would it count as like ruin, like a ruined city or anything where we're currently at?
I mean, technically, sure. Yeah.
So, two parts.
Uh-huh.
One, with this, would I know, like, would I be able to tell, like, what type of people or what people were called that lived here?
Um, yeah, I mean, looking around, especially if you take a little time to, poke through some of these ruined foundations and such, um, you're pretty certain that these were built by humans. They seem very similar to a lot of the other ruins and things you've found, with their own little charms and such, especially with like the relief carvings you saw along the stairs coming up and such. I mean, it's all very Chultan, uh, in culture and in nature and such.
Okay, so here's my thought process, right? Because she knows like things, or she can gather things about this village that she's learned. Is there a question that I could ask this old lady, where like if they had, like a known deity or like a particular symbol or anything? Like, could I then ask this lady, "Oh, I've heard your people had a particular symbol, attributed to them. What was it?" And see if she knows.
Um, can you elaborate a little more? So, like,
So
particulars.
it's basically trying to catch her in a lie. Like, if she's from this village, if I know that there is something particular to this village or this people, is there something that I know that I could ask her to be like, "Hey, is this true or not? Or do you know about this?" And if she gives me a false answer, I know she's not from here.
Um, Possibly. You'd have to ask her some questions. What would you want to ask her in a sense?
So that's what I'm saying. Like, what about the people do I know that would be like specific to these people who live up here?
I'd say ask the questions, and after her answers, I could kind of tell you what you might know, if that makes sense. Like, if it
Okay.
tracks with your knowledge of the area.
Okay. Okay. Um,
But yeah, I can't
let's
like
see.
give you the questions to ask her in that sense. Like, it would just.
No, no, no. I was more so looking like if they had like if I seen looking around they had like you said there were drawings on there. If like most huts have like the symbol of a mountain or something, maybe this village like worshiped the mountain or had like a mountain deity or something that I might have known about. That's
Gotcha.
kind of what I was like going for.
I mean, looking around, I mean, her little hut is the only actual structure that's intact. Everything else, when I say it's basically compost, like that's all that remains of like the wood or the thatch or anything. Um, the only like stone that remains are basically like the foundations of those structures. So it's as far as like symbols and temple things and stuff. You don't see anything that resembles any of those kinds of structures. It's all just piles of compost and ruin and such.
Okay, okay. Then yeah, if it's nothing like specific, then yeah, no. I mean, wouldn't have anything to ask the question with.
While Amalek's asking these questions, I was hoping I could investigate the corpses to see if cause of death aligns with the way she described the winged beast killing her people. If they don't line up, he'll be suspicious. If they do line up with like terrible bites, maybe falling from great heights, assuming that they dropped them from great heights, he'd be looking to confirm or deny those things. Does that make sense?
Sure. It doesn't
I
take
really don't
any.
trust her.
Clearly, it doesn't take any roll or check to see that there are no corpses. There are no really even bones. It's just the big mounds of skulls that you had to wade through to get into the or through the gate. Um,
And so cause of death based on the skulls would be impossible.
Mostly, you can give me another medicine check, much like Zarak did, looking at those skulls. But again, you'd have to walk back a few. Yeah, okay. Yeah, very similar to what he saw. All the skulls have clearly just been gnawed on. Um, clearly just large marks on them from teeth gnawing away at them.
Okay. No further questions.
Okay. I guess she kind of turns her head in the direction of all of you. Well, um, I understand. Are you going to deal with those creatures for me? Those evil things?
I believe the group has agreed to that. Yes, 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 yes.
We will kill these winged things.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Yes, it's just been so terrible. Well, as I said, they nest somewhere to the south of the plateau. That's where they always seem to come from. Uh, I'm sure if you look in that direction, you will certainly find them.
Well, thank you, thank you.
Oh, no, no, no. Thank you, my dear. Thank all of you. And please be careful. They are quite dangerous. And she kind of, goes back to shuffling about her hut, and you're kind of like kneel down at her little root garden. Yeah, you all are left to head off toward the southern side of the plateau. Uh, Before we jump into that part of this, let's take a quick 10-minute break, or 5, whichever. Everyone gets back early. Cool.
Damn good.
Sounds good.
Cool beans.
Coolio.
Nerf.
Alrighty. You. Yes, you all are heading off toward the southern part of the plateau in search of these winged terror folk. Um,
How far are we anticipating the travel time to be?
not too far. I mean, it's a large plateau, um, but within definitely less than like an hour. I'd say like maybe 20-ish minutes or so. You have time to talk and plan and stuff like that if you want.
So,
So, did
my
anyone else?
first question is, do we believe the hag?
She's
Hey,
clearly crazy. I do not. I think it's a bit of a waste of time, but we're out here helping everyone that we see. Stegosaurus and women whose memory has left them. Yes, sounds like a great idea.
well, I figured I could probably understand these creatures, maybe, possibly, and then if I can talk with them, we can see if she's telling the truth. Maybe.
Good as plan as any. At least more well thought out than agreeing to this whole damn adventure.
At that, Hugh kind of chimes in. He's like, "All right, wait a minute. Are you talking about talking with the terrafolk? Really?
Wait, you know what they are?
Well, sure, terrafolk. They're rather, well, not common here, but they're a
What?
nuisance. They attack on sight and talk with them. That's that's madness.
Why did you not speak up? We just had a whole conversation involving talking to, or I was talking about talking to these things, trying to uncover the truth. None of us trusted the old hag.
Well,
You don't need to call her an old hag.
You're right.
Rather rude.
That is pretty rude. I apologize, Evilek. It's just quite suspicious, you know?
well, she did refer to them as terrafolk, and I just figured that you all knew what they were, because it well known.
Do I know what terrafolk are?
Roll me a history check.
Jesus.
Anybody else?
Sure. We'll see. Nah.
You guys.
Advantage because I studied Chultan history and the backstory.
Sure, let's go for that. Davin,
Oh, dud. Oh my god.
Davin, having sailed the area and such, you've at least heard tales of Terrafolk and such, and they are not usually spoken well of. Um, they're rumored to look like bipedal kind of dinosaur people. They have leathery wings and very long pointed snouts and sharp yellow eyes, and the back of their head or top of their head kind of protrudes into a point as well. And I mean, they have large, talons on their feet or claws. And I'd say as you're like kind of recalling this and then mentioning it to them, and Hugh is kind of just nodding his head the whole time. You guys kind of like reach. You can just see kind of the edge of the plateau, and off in the distance, like as you're about to, as you kind of reach that area, you do see a large winged creature come flying out from a cliff edge and starts flying away from the plateau, and it looks very much like this.
Oh,
These things can't be reasoned with. Spied it on sight.
terror. I thought she was saying terror.
That's what many of the people call it, or call them.
Terror.
Terra folk.
Okay, all right. I got you.
They say both, but they
Yeah.
are technically called Terra folk.
Look at that. That's every comic villain ever.
That's like
It's like-
Scooby Doo villain.
I was about to say it looks like the Scooby Doo movie.
It does though. If I knew you were serious about actually talking to them, I would have said something.
Well,
You're not
obviously,
actually gonna try and speak to that, are you?
obviously, we're not going to talk to them anymore. I thought she was lying. I thought she had killed them. And made
All
up.
evidence pointed to her story being true.
No, it. I'm sorry, it really didn't. An old lady alone in a village with one building left standing, surrounded by nothing but skulls.
Skulls that were not on, right?
Well, I'm sure we have encountered. There's so many different sort of monsters out there. Perhaps she was, I don't know, taking the form of an old lady, and she was in fact some sort of hideous monster.
Well, she didn't smell of evil to me.
But she did give off rather creepy, yes, creepy vibes.
Yes, very creepy vibes.
She's a solitary old lady in the jungle. I imagine
Creepy.
she's just gotten a little weird.
So you understand where we're coming from.
Why we would be suspicious?
No.
Oh,
Well, okay then.
I suppose anybody being off out here by themselves for so long is gonna be a little bit weird, huh?
Exactly. I'm sure if we encounter any other person out here as far as we are, they're probably a little crazy in the head.
Well, I not suspicious or not. Whatever, we're just killing monsters out here. These beasts don't matter to anyone. I just don't want us getting killed out here, so if we're gonna do this, let's try to do it right.
well, okay.
Fret not, friend. I have faith in all of our abilities. If we do it right like you say, we'll come out unscathed. I'm confident.
I might be able to draw their attention, and then you all could attack them when they come for me, maybe.
Go. You're the only one that can kill these things if they're flying and doing strafing runs with javelins. I think we will be the distraction. You stay hidden and try to get clean shots, and if they get to you, we get them off of you. Seems like
Oh.
a clear plan as any.
Yes.
I could force some to face me.
Sounds like a good plan. You and me go out there. We're the best defended out of all of us. I'd say if they were focused on us, that'd be a good starting point.
Very well. You and I will be the vanguards of this operation. And Ryoku, our secret weapon. Same for you, Davin and Zrak. I'm confident you will make yourselves useful.
Q kind of chimes in again. Alright, alright. Gonna fight them out in the open then. Not try to find a way into their nest. I'm sure they're in a cave or cleft of some sort. Sure, let's fight them out in the open where they can fly and dive on us.
Right, Hugh, I don't like your tone. Where do they live? Tell us more.
Well, I don't know where they live, but I know I'm more comfortable fighting flying creatures in confined spaces. Perhaps it's just my time in the mines, you know. But that's just where I stand.
Oh, it makes sense. So I guess we do some scouting first before we actually commit to a plan. If they do live in a cave, as you might be considering, then I think a night attack or surprise attack might be worthwhile. Thin the numbers right away. If they're in a place where there's no cave, well, I think drawing them out into the open might be our best bet.
Right. Good plan. Some scouting. I like it.
But yes, I don't think we should be too rash. Consider all options. You're right, Hugh. I'm sorry to get short with you.
Are you okay, Flint? You seem rather frustrated.
Because this isn't why we're here. But it is now, I guess. So, let's approach quietly. Maybe leave our canoe somewhere. We'll come back. We'll come get them later. We'll need to be stealthy for this operation.
Oh, I will just throw it out there. I assumed you guys left the canoes at the base of the plateau. I
Yeah.
didn't really assume you carried them up a 5-foot narrow pathway and 1,800 feet in the air.
But from plateau to nest, we won't be carrying them.
That's not a smart plan.
All right, so whoever is doing scouting and a bit of searching, roll me some perception checks, please.
Are we able to do perception checks without having a stealth in?
With where you are right now, you don't see. You saw the one Terrafolk kind of flying away, but it was at a distance. It clearly, it was going away from you. Did not notice you. It was far enough where you don't. You're pretty confident that you were not going to be spotted immediately or anything like that. Okay. Ryuko, you don't really notice much. You can kind of get a general idea of where they were flying out from the side of the cliff face from. Flint, you for sure notice that they do have a cave, kind of like a little cave entrance just below the southern lip of the plateau. And as you're kind of making your way back to the group and letting them know, you notice there's a small hole, a chute, if you will, in the rocks, about 70 feet back from the cliff. And kind of look around there, and it's wide enough for maybe like a small creature or even a medium creature maybe who's not wearing anything heavier than like light armor kind of like squeeze through and worm their way down.
Well, I spot cave. I spot a chute. Wonder if that chute leads up to that cave. Might be a way to spring an attack in the cave if that's there. Um, pardon language. Shit chute.
Oh,
But I thought you were researching cultures, Eric. Aren't you curious if their shit is like bats?
that's more of a like bestiology. That's not what I study.
More of a druid thing. I get it.
No, I'm a druid, but it's that's bestiary, bestiology.
Well, if this is the exit or the bottom of the cave, maybe, I wonder. Yes. Oh, I guess that could work. Yeah. Well, if we have maybe a way to start a fire, we could um, smoke them out. Are we trying to get them out? Or are we going in?
Sorry,
I think it'd
think
be
the
best
idea
if
is
we
to-
murdered them in their sleep.
real quick, to be clear, you guys are like up on top of the cave. That chute kind of goes down into the ground beneath you, and the cave entrance is over the lip, kind of in the cliff face below the southern edge of the plateau.
Oh, so we're above the entrance of the cave.
Right. So basically, the
Uh,
entrance of the cave is on the cliff edge on the southern lip, and as Flint was making his way back, he did find a small chute that looks like it goes down into that general area. It's like 70 feet back from the cliff edge.
I gotcha. Okay. I was thinking of it in a reverse way.
Yeah. Just imagine you're on top of all of it.
Well, any ideas? Are we waiting till you said kill them in their sleep? Are we waiting till nighttime?
Do they sleep at night even?
Well, oh, that's a good point.
Hugh, do the Terra birds sleep or Terra folks sleep at night? Are they nocturnal?
Right, well, uh, as I understand it, they hunt during the day and all return home to their nest at night. Um,
Ah,
that's rather up to you. We'll probably face less of them if we attack during the day, uh, but perhaps catch a few of them off guard. We get them at night, but there will be more than likely more of them. Perhaps even
not
all.
nocturnal.
What if we cause the cave in? Trap them all in there. Do the tactic that Ryoku was talking about. Cause a fire, some gas, have them suffocate, die. Skip the combat entirely.
Well, sure. Havens worked in the mines past, but how exactly are we going to cause a cave in?
I'm a strong guy. It's easy enough. I can punch the wall.
I'm sorry. You're going to you're going to punch the wall and cause a cave in. Oh, you're
Yes.
serious.
Yeah, why would I not be serious?
I'm sorry, laddie. That's not exactly how that works.
Yeah, it's that's not how rock works, caves and that stuff. Even I know that, and I'm not even really from the caves.
Hmm. Well, I'm open to suggestions. Personally, I'm perfectly fine with just walking in there and fighting them all.
Well, I mean, Emelec has done some things that we all thought would be impossible. What? Hit this stone here, and if you crack it, then maybe.
Yeah, a display of my strength.
How far away are we from them?
From who?
Uh, the Terra Jams.
I mean, I assume you guys aren't like at to get to the entrance of the cave. You'd have to climb down the cliff on the
Okay,
south
I'm
side.
basically asking if we're like within earshot.
I mean, at the very least, you're more than 70 feet away from the cliff because that's where Flint found the chute into the ground. So I'd say, more than 100 feet would be safe.
All right, let's see you give that thing a good hit, huh?
Child's play. And I'm gonna punch the rock.
Sure, is a big enough boulder to hit. Give me a strength check.
Yeah, hoping for the nat 20. Didn't come.
Even with the nat 20, I mean, I'm not. Bro, you punch the rock and it hurts, but you don't like break your wrist and the rock doesn't crack or break or anything. You punched a boulder.
It appears more training is necessary.
Well, at least you tried.
Yes, Ryoku, you're getting it. You know, every day we talk, I'm starting to like you a bit more.
Oh, great. Well, thank you.
So, my method of caving is not an option. Are we going to do the sneaky business and go while they're sleeping?
I think from a tactic standpoint, I'd rather fight them all in a closed space than half of them outside, because most of us can't even hit them.
But we also run the risk of being completely overrun with no way to escape.
Well, if there's no way to escape, then we go through. Simple enough. Yeah, objective.
Did not the old woman say that there was perhaps 20 of them? That is quite a lot.
Yes, 20. And we are 8, including Kelodon.
Did you
So,
say we already used that magical bucket you got?
We have not used it today. What are you thinking?
How much oil can you make? Like a flammable, one that'll really ignite.
Oil. Let me think.
I like what you're
I
thinking, Davin. We smoke them out, we wait at the entrance, and before they can take flight, we're right there waiting for them.
I can make a quart of oil.
correct me if I'm wrong, that doesn't sound like nearly enough.
I'm out
Once
of
I
ideas,
actually
then.
have
You mates take care of it. And Flint goes sits on his stump and starts smoking his pipe.
you wouldn't assist us, Flint?
I'll wait till you guys arrive at a decision. Ambush, smoke them out. That's my vote. Been outvoted once already.
Well, I think I just do not know if a quart will be enough. I've never smoked anybody out.
Didn't you say it could also do poison of a type?
Half an ounce of basic poison, but 8 ounces of acid.
What about alcohol?
Well, I was able to make the 4 gallons of beer and a
This is,
gallon of wine.
doesn't make any other alcohol.
Well, wine.
Hmm. Well, I would imagine either the acid or the oil should do fine. We just needed to truly catch fire, really. I mean, any creature wouldn't want fire in their home, I don't think. Except the fire creature. We're not dealing with the fire creature.
I'm sorry, I didn't quite understand that.
As like in character or out of character?
Yeah, out of character.
Oh, no. It was ramblings. It was basically just saying that we only need the oil to like catch fire, and anything inside is probably going to want to run. We're not dealing with the fire creature. There's ramblings after that. That was the basic thing for it.
Okay.
So, fire or acid?
My vote's still on the fire. I think a quart of oil might be enough.
Okay, I'll agree on fire then.
If it's what we have, it's what we have. We'll put the fire and I'll stand at the entrance. They shan't get past me.
He's going to die.
I hope not.
All right, so the plan is something with fire, and Emelec, you're gonna climb down the cliff face and stand at the entrance to the cave.
Damn it.
What is everybody else doing? And what are you doing with, like, how are you?
All right, what if
Oh,
we smoked them out from the entrance and then waited at the chute that's at the top?
how I had it imagined is we pour the oil into the chute at the top, let it drip down, light that on fire. They then can't come up top where we are, but I guess then for melee people, that's going to be even more difficult.
Well, to clarify with the shoot again, it's a very narrow chute that maybe a small creature or maybe a medium creature who's only wearing light armor can squeeze through. These terrafolk you saw are large creatures.
Okay, so he couldn't get to that anyway.
Right.
Okay, but it still looks like it leads down directly into their cave.
More than likely.
Okay, so yeah, still same plan. We drip that in there. They can't come up this way. Goes down, set it on fire. They all end up coming out in a panic, and you fire magic or whatever you have at them.
Okay, so everyone's going to be climbing down to the entrance?
Ryoku will stand on the steps.
Steps to what?
Well, where we're currently at. Ryoku
Oh,
will stand
okay.
where we're.
Like up on the plateau. Because again, it's a sheer cliff face that leads to the cave entrance on the
Yeah,
side of the cliff. And then,
it's a clear shot down, like from where we are. It's a clear shot down to where you can see the entrance, right?
um, so if things are flying out of there, then yes.
Okay,
But
but
like
yeah,
you can't see into the cave or anything like that. It's directly beneath your feet, basically. You're looking over a cliff, looking down, and you can just see that there is a cave entrance, like, you know,
Yeah, as long as I have a viewpoint of like, as long as she has a viewpoint of people of the things that when they fly out, she can hit them. Then yeah, I'm staying where I'm currently at.
Okay, cool. Got it. Everybody else? Emelec, you're climbing down into the side of the cliff, into the cave entrance.
I'll be waiting up top with the bow.
Flint will go in.
I will stay with Davin just in case. For now.
Okay. So 3 of you staying up top, looking down.
Oh,
2 of you.
real quick. Sorry.
Yes.
With the am I close enough to the cave entrance that I'd be able to hit it with the short bow?
I mean, at the cliff edge, yeah, because it's
Okay,
only
cool.
it's like 30-ish feet down.
Okay, thank you. Then yeah, I remain there.
Okay. So Flint and Emelec climbing down into the cave entrance. The rest of you staying up top. You offers to go with the advanced party, and Iku will stay with the upper team. Um. Okay. In order to get down to the cave entrance, you are going to have to climb a sheer cliff face. So, I sort of athletics check from those climbing down.
How far down is it, would you say?
Like 20-ish, 30 feet.
Okay. Flint will get out hammer and piton, drive the piton into the edge of the cliff, string a rope around it, and use it to assist in allowing them to climb down. Oh yeah, any of you have a rope?
Oh, yeah, I have some rope.
Oh, my bad. I've got some unpack here.
Okay.
Any of you know how to tie a good knot? Might need some help with this.
Well, I guess Devin, you were a pirate, yes?
I know my way around some knots, and I just kind
My,
of get in there and
my
hitch it up
man.
tight.
Yeah, Flint will let you do that.
Sure. You can give me a survival check at advantage. Tying the. Okay, good thing you got the 12. Much better. Yeah.
Hey, Mac.
Go ahead.
Let's head down. Now stick together. Need to make sure if we need to run away or make a strategic retreat. If you get in too deep, we can't get out. So go easy, yeah?
I won't while around.
Yeah, flannel, climb down the rope.
Okie dokie. Athletics check at advantage, please. All right. It's tough going, and a couple of times, your foot slips out from under you and kind of slide down a couple feet on the rope, but you manage to barely climb into the cave entrance.
You like hear Flint say under his breath. I should have taken that merchant internship. God was a bad choice.
But this is a lot more exciting as I start my climb down the rope. Same
Yeah, a
check,
little
guys.
too exciting. Too exciting.
21.
Yeah, much more deftly. You climb down the rope, kind of swing into the cave entrance. And you also follows you. And for a one-armed dwarf, dude can roll or can apparently climb down a rope with surprising ease. And I like Imala kind of swings into the mouth of the cave, draws his battle axe, and just kind of gives you guys like a ready look. Um, so to be clear, you guys did not wait for nighttime. You're doing this during the day, um, and pretty much just went down there immediately.
We did wait for nighttime. No? Didn't we say we were doing this when they all came back?
I no, I don't remember that at all.
Okay, maybe I just thought that. Never mind. Carry on.
Yeah, I
I
thought
mean, it
for
makes
the
sense.
I did not hear anybody say that you guys waited for nightfall. Like I heard there was discussion of both options, and then you guys just kind of went to the cave entrance right after talking.
Yeah.
is it too late to change it, or now that we've committed, we need to go now?
I think you've kind of committed at this point.
Okay, easy answer then. We go.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Okay. Okay. So who is doing the fire lighting? I assume the cave group isn't really like venturing too deep into the cave and just kind of waiting for the trap to trigger, if you will. Panic to ensue.
Yeah, I think so. Try to cut them as they come out.
So who's doing the fire bit?
I would assume Zarek, since he has the alchemy drug.
You guys want me to light the fire behind you?
So no, you're gonna basically tilt the jug into the hole. It's
Uh-huh.
gonna pour out,
Uh-huh.
drop down, then you light it.
The hole that you guys are in.
Well, not the hole that they're in, but the hole at the very top where we're at that leads
Uh-huh.
down into the cave.
Sorry, Zach. Again, to clarify, they just climbed
Uh-huh.
down the cliff face into the main cave entrance. But
Oh.
Flint found a chute about 70 feet back from the cliff that goes down into the cave.
My God, I'm sorry. I thought okay, yeah, alrighty. Then I will have the alchemy jug conjure the quart of oil. I will begin pouring said oil. And then when when it's there, I will take my tinderbox and I will ignite the oil.
Okay. Okay. Easy enough. You've definitely lit some fires in your time. Pour the oil down. And say after like a couple of minutes, ignite it. And the cave group, you do notice the cave itself is not huge by any means. Especially once the fire lights, you can see in the back it's maybe like a 60-foot deep cave, maybe 20 feet high, and like a triangular shape ish, roughly triangular. Um, and as the fire ignites and lights up the area, you notice there are about 6 terrafolk that suddenly, become very alert, see the fire, and start like shrieking and squawking and everything, and start flying toward the cave entrance, straight toward you guys. Um, give me 1 second. There's that. I'll throw your tokens at the top of the screen beneath the word Cholt.
Now, could I argue that this would technically be a surprise round?
I would say that give me stealth checks for the people that are inside, and that is a very strong possibility.
Well,
Worth a shot.
I do have elven boots that negate disadvantage, but I still rolled a 6.
Okay. Yeah, we'll say pretty much between the noise you guys made, hammering in the pit and everything, and climbing down the cave entrance. Like they heard you coming, but they were not expecting the fire behind them. So it was like as you guys kind of made your way in, they were looking at you and then saw the fire behind them and started shrieking and just rushed. Um, okay, go ahead and roll me your initiatives. You should have your tokens at the top of the screen there, or at the top of the map. There were 6 of these creatures. Now, I do not have a map for all of this, so it's going to be a lot of theater of the mind.
oh, did you say how wide the cave entrance was?
It's about 30 feet wide at the mouth.
Gotcha. So they can really come out and like side. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, they can make it past you guys for sure. Um, yeah, it's like 30 feet wide, 60 feet deep, about 20 feet high. Right, so your initiatives rolled. Roll for Oak. Have them all go on the same turn to simplify things. Then Hugh and Iku. I assume you guys, wanted the guides involved in all.
Yeah, they're there. And if Hugh dies, oh well.
Terrible. Roll it, please, thank you. Okay. Seeing as it is 9:25, I think this is a good stopping point to
It's
pick up next
that.
time. Unfortunately. But we will jump right into combat at the beginning of next session.
Okie dokie.
I say, unless you guys wanted to, run late and fight this out. But
Uh,
I mean, you know my opinion.
yeah,
Yes.
unfortunately, this could take a while, so I will say I do probably need to go.
nah, I totally understand. Makes sense. I will also say you made the right choice going in now, fighting, because I had to roll 2d6 to see how many were there during the day. If you had gone at night, it would have been all 20.
Oh,
That would have been fun.
So yeah, we will call it here. Good job, everybody. Hope you enjoyed this session. Jump right into combat next time.
Sounds like a plan.
Hey.